Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have a scrap project. I have a lot of scrap. I have a lot of Liberty of London scrap. It's a big pile. And I've been saving it for quite some time. And I want to do a series and challenge myself to do something with all this scrap. So many beautiful things. I have a lot of good ideas. But today I'm going to start with some little wooden blanks for some earrings and some pendants. And I also have some bangles. But first, I have to iron. I've picked out some of my Liberty fabrics and I've put them in little bundles. I am going to do some ironing and that's going to take me some time. I am going to, as I iron, I'm going to wrap them around these little bobbin cards that I made. I use these for my embroidery threads too. And when I am done, I'll have a stash of already ironed Liberty fabrics. But I have a lot of ironing to do. So I am going to put on a podcast and do some ironing, and I'll come back and we'll do a project. I'm back with my carded up, ironed scrap strips of Liberty of London. And I'm going to make a set of earrings. I stacked them. So that's a set of earrings. I'm going to do a pendant for that one. An earring. So I got two, another pendant. And I'm going to do another set of earrings for this. I think this would look really cute in a pendant. So I have some of my tools here. I have a wet one. I am going to use some Mod Podge. And I have shaken this up so it's ready to go. I have some pins so I can keep my hole marked for when I want to put my jump ring in. And I'm just going to measure off. I measured before. I did a couple of these. And I am going to measure roughly 26 inches. And that'll give me enough. So this ruler is 24, 26. And I'm going to just get dirty here and use my finger because I'm okay with that. And I'm just going to do it on the sides. I find that wood is really nice to deal with when you're trying to glue fabric. It's definitely a nice porous material. And I'm just pulling this through, dipping a little bit on my finger. And I'm just going to get it all over there. And I'm going to add a little bit on top too. Before I get much further though, I am going to make sure I can find my little hole. I'm going to backtrack because I should have looked. And there it is. Okay. It's right there. I'm going to come over. There we go. And I'm just going to put that pin in there. So that's where I'm going to make a hole after. Oh, I already love this. It's very pretty. So I'm just going to continue on doing these. So you simply wrap. I have a little glue. It's tacky. It's nice. It's adhering nicely. And this is Liberty of London lawn, Tana lawn fabric. So it is so delicate and it's molding very, very nicely to the wood. That's pretty. These will be really nice for the springtime. And I just get a little more on there. Use my wet one. And these were not cut on the bias. These were just strips. So that will be fine. It's coming, you know, bias cuts go around curves better. Okay. And then I'm just going to finish that off. And I will trim this, but I am going to get this nice and saturated right here. And I am just going to do that. And give it a little trim. Nice little trim. And then I'm just going to make sure that's nice and glued down. And I'll come back and trim all these little pieces up. I'm going to continue on doing those, and I'll show you a bangle as well. And then I'll come back with my jump rings, and we'll make some jewelry. All of my pieces are dry. I did some trimming. I just took my scissors when they were dry and did a little trimming. And they're all trimmed up. And so the one that I forgot to put the pin in is, I think, a happy mistake. And I'm basically just going to take this one and just do a half hitch around the little pendant. You could use a nice piece of cord, you know, piece of leather, but I mean, I think that's really sweet. You could, you know, you do a different color, do a piece of cord. I think that's really nice and would make a really nice little necklace, little choker. So you have that option. And then the other ones that I want to do are my earrings. Let's pick out these. You can see the pinhole. I'm not sure if you can see it on camera, but it is there. And so I'm just putting my finger there, and I am taking this awl, and I'm just going to push it through. And then I'm going to go to the other side and push it through. I'm sorry if you can't see that. I'll pick another one. And so you can see that hole. And I just take this awl. It's just a pointy little tool, and it's just creating my hole. I'm trying to think if there's another one I can show you better here. Here, I'm just taking the pin out, and I'm going to just push the awl through onto my mat. Makes a nice big hole. I'm going to take my chain nose pliers, 2 sets, open my jump rings, give it a twist, pop that on there, and then close it. And then I'm going to take one of my earring wires, open it up, and pop it on. So these needed to have a jump ring. You know, they didn't have a piece, obviously, like the loop on the earring finding is not big enough, but that's so sweet. And then for the pendant, I'm just doing the same thing, and I'm just taking my pin out, pushing down to get through. I want to make sure I can see for the other side. Okay, and I can. And then for the pendant, I'm just taking my 9mm jump ring, opening it up, placing that on there. Get it closed back up. There we go. And then I think I'm just going to take these little cords that I have. I love them. They're just little cords. I think they got them at Rings and Things. And I'm just going to, it's a pendant. So I'm just going to finish all these guys up. Thanks for joining me today while I did these fun little earrings and bangles and pendants with my Liberty of London scraps. And I would love it if you would give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I also would love it if you would subscribe. I am going to do some other videos on this stash busting of my scraps and see what else I can come up with, since they're so beautiful and I just can't part with them. Thanks so much. And until next time, keep creating.